Good morning, friends. Coach Karen Mays here, and I have some thoughts for you this Wisdom Wednesday. I want to talk to you about the difference, and listen, I'm learning right alongside you. I am not claiming to be an expert on any of this. My favorite thing to do is to share what I'm learning and doing to grow, and if it helps you as well, fantastic. But I was awakened to something that I was maybe a little bit confused about towards the end of last year when I was looking around at ways to be more organized. I've always thought of myself as someone who is just organized enough to manage the chaos of life, and actually that was not feeling true anymore. I was feeling very out of control, out of touch, missing things, missing important dates, and didn't like that feeling at all. It isn't fun to feel out of control and like you're not showing up the way that you want to show up. And so one of the websites that I landed on that ended up giving me some really great food for thought is Learn, Do, Become. And they talk about decluttering and organizing your life, and she has amazing systems for everything. And so I enrolled in one of their free courses, and the biggest takeaway that I have from that is that I was confusing a project with a routine. And so all these things that I do every day or every week, or even every quarter or every year, but these are routines. They are not projects. And I think it was just cluttering my mind to have them kind of misfiled, so to speak. But when I listed out all the projects I actually had in my mind, the number of them was astounding. First of all, no wonder I felt out of control. No wonder I felt disorganized, because I had 99 things that I wanted to be working on all at the same time. But the first step of really parsing out what was actually a project and what was actually a routine that I wanted to engage in on a regular basis. And then the other thing I got from them was to identify the next smallest step that is so small. And we talk about small steps all the time when it comes to habits and changing your life, quite frankly, and compound interest and all of it. It comes up all the time. Focus on the small steps, but they put it in this really great way. If you're someone who struggles with procrastination, identify the step that is so small that you can take on a given project that you can't possibly procrastinate on it. What is the tiniest step that you can take that's so easy, needs to be done, but it's so easy that there's no reason to procrastinate on it? So that was a game changer. And then this week I saw an article, and this came up another time recently. I can't remember where it was, but the difference between a habit and a routine. So we've got projects versus routines, and we've got habits versus routines. And I think it comes down to the structure, but also expectations around those things. There is no expectation that a routine becomes a habit necessarily. Some routines may become habits, and something is a habit when you can engage in it with almost no thought. It's automatic. It's the way you put on your shoes. It's the way you brush your teeth. You're not even aware. If you had to explain to someone exactly your process, you'd have to actually do it and observe your own process before explaining it to someone. But not all routines, like if you expect going to the gym and working out to become a habit, probably not going to happen. And so you may end up feeling defeated. It may become a really solid routine that you have, but it's going to take effort. And it might take some mindset work. It might take a lot of things to make it a routine that you enjoy, a routine that you want to keep doing, a routine that you might change over time. But there is a difference. There is a distinction in the level of expectations you have around something that is truly a habit versus something that is probably never going to become a habit, but may become a really solid routine. So I just wanted to share that distinction with you. Is what you're working on, is it a project? Are you trying to establish a true habit that can become automated in your mind? Or is it more of a routine that you would like to establish in your life? And it gets, this is the stuff I love. This is where it gets really interesting, because underneath all of that is the foundation of a growth mindset and taking the next small step in the right direction. So those are my thoughts for you this Wisdom Wednesday. I hope it made sense to somebody out there. If it did, let me know, leave a comment, let me know you've been watching. And if you're inspired to, please share it with somebody that you know or that you think could gain value from this. And think of the people who you know who might need to have a conversation with me. It's a great time to start a health journey, because it's always a great time. There's never a bad time. But especially now, there is a really great promotion going on that they can get started with a great incentive and discount program. So those are my thoughts for you today. Have an awesome one. I'll see you soon.